Draco Magnius here for another episode of Drakengard 2 Weapon Stories. This time we're covering Apostate's Misery, which is another weapon that was in Drakengard 1. There will be an annotation on the screen that'll lead you to the Drakengard version of this story, which I recommend you look up, because it is also interesting, and on top of that, these stories seem to intertwine with each other from Drakengard 1 to 2. So, it's probably a good idea to look. But without further ado, let's get to the story. The young man was popular with everyone in the village. He had the ability to control the wind, and was often seen flying over rivers and valleys. He was a cheerful boy, though he always seemed to be troubled by something. Several years later, his father passed away. Before he died, he told his son about the young man's mother, whom his son had learned never to mention in his presence. "Go to the place marked on the map," said his father. As if guided by a spirit, the young man took up his scythe and left, carried by the wind. How long had he been traveling? Over forests, oceans, and mountain ranges he flew. Exhausted and frail, he at last came to a village. The chief of the village welcomed the young man and told him that the scythe he was carrying had once belonged to the village. Just then, a beautiful woman entered the room. The young man knew at once that she was his mother. From that day forth, he helped keep the peace between humans and wind spirits. The scythe was never used again. Shame it's probably possible that the person mentioned in this story, the young boy, is the one that gets killed by the jealous god.